Hi guys, welcome to my channel. We're all new here, but get yourselves together. Go get yourself a cup of tea because this is mommy's teacup and we're gonna get down and dirty today. I'm just joking, we're not gonna get down and dirty. But we're gonna have a couple of conversations here about a few things that's really been on my mind. And I've been talking to people and I feel like this is a worldwide issue and I would like to chat about it. Just a heads up, if you hear the kids in the background, we're parents, right? Just sit back and watch. Hey, so first I want to say welcome to my channel. Yes, I am very new here, but we're gonna have a good time. So if you hear the kids in the background, I do apologize. I am a mother of two and two very big different age groups. And my toddler, let's just say she's very outspoken. So if you hear her, I am so sorry. I really am. No, like, I really be having a cup of tea all the time. So one thing I wanted to talk about today is speaking up. Something that I personally have struggled with very often, actually. You know, speaking from an aspect of suffering from anxiety and things like that. I noticed that, you know, myself as well as others, we struggle to speak up for ourselves the way we would like to for a lot of different reasons. But I think that's something that we need to work on more. You know, when we don't speak up for ourselves, it lets people become too comfortable with how they speak to us and how they treat us. For example, speaking as a mother, and I know a lot of mothers go through it. You know, I've spoken to 10 different people this week that go through it, and it just can be so aggravating as a mom to deal with some of the stress that we deal with. You know, as a mother, when you have a baby and you have different family, friends, whoever who wants to speak to you in a way that can be very irritating, but we don't always know how to properly speak up. Like, we may react, we may tell them, like, can you stop? But like, we don't speak up the way we should when we should be telling them, listen, this is bothering me, and if you continue to do this, this clearly shows you don't care about how I feel. You know, when people want to try to tell you how to parent because they have 80 million kids. Like, I've had people tell me, well, you know, I have 2 and 3 and 4 kids. And I'm like, well, I've met your children. I'm not impressed at all. So you can keep, you know, your concerns and your advice to yourself, because let's be honest, just because you raised kids doesn't mean you did a good job, right? I'm just saying. You know, and there's times when we don't want to cause confrontation. We would rather just not say anything and ignore it and hope eventually they'll catch the hint. But 9 times out of 10, they don't. And that's where we fail. And when we don't speak up for ourselves, we're allowing people to continuously disrespect us. And then we are damaging ourselves. And we can't keep damaging ourselves, especially as parents. And this is not just towards women. You know, yes, as a mother, I feel this way, but even fathers, you know, speak up. If someone is doing something that you don't like or saying something you don't like, speak up. It's okay, you know, especially being a parent. One of my biggest pet peeves as a parent is when people are like, oh, well, you should do this, you should do that. If I did not ask you for advice, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't do that, especially because, again, just because you've lived this way before, you've lived through this situation, you've dealt with these things, that does not mean it's okay for you to just give me unsolicited advice. I don't like that. Shouldn't do that. And it's not even just as parents, you know, I've dealt with a lot with friends or people I consider friends that now are just associates to me. Just because I associate myself with you doesn't mean you're my friend. There's a big difference there. You know, I've gotten to a point where I've spoken up several times, but again, people are disrespectful and I will not be disrespected. We have to lay down the law with folks. You can do it. I know you can. If someone claims to be your friend and they are treating you in a manner that you don't want to be treated, because, you know, we're supposed to be friends, and you express yourself and they don't stop, clearly they don't care about you. And why would you want to be friends with people that don't care about you? It's time for a change. So I really hope that we can, as parents, as individuals, as adults, can do better with how we treat each other and be mindful of what we're doing and be mindful how we treat ourselves. Self-care is very important. I know we can do better. So if I hit a nerve with anyone, most likely you're probably part of the problem. This is where we're going to get a little rude, right? Just saying. I recently moved out of state. Grew up in one state all my life. I moved. My husband and I, we took the kids. So we're out of here. I have people say, oh, I miss you. I miss you. Do you, sweetie? Let me tell you something, honey. You don't miss a damn thing. You like hearing yourself say it. It makes you feel good as a person to say, I miss you, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't hear from you for weeks. Literally weeks. If you miss me, why didn't you try harder to see me before I left? If you miss me so much, why I gotta text you or call you first, and half the time you don't even answer? I got so many more questions, but I'm not even gonna ask. I know some of you probably have dealt with something similar to this. Doesn't matter how long you've known someone, doesn't matter what kind of crap you've been through. Let them go. Let them go. You can do it. I've let people go that I was like, oh, I'll never let this person. You can do it, honey. Speaking of disrespect, can we stop masking disrespect as sarcasm? It's not funny. You're not funny. You're probably going to end up getting your face knocked in eventually, because no. People will say something to you and they laugh. Is it going to be funny when you lay it up in the ICU? Because you're going to say something to the wrong person. And they're going to knock your little ass out. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what you intend on trying to accomplish talking to people the way you do. Stop. And if someone's doing this to you, speak up. Let people know. Don't joke around with me like that. I don't joke around like that. I don't find you funny. You may be funny looking, but I don't find you funny. It's just that simple. You ain't got nothing nice to say, you don't say it at all. That's how I was raised. And speaking on how I was raised, let's just talk about this too. That older generation, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to save that for the next episode. Well, it's been fun, ladies and gents. I'm going to save that next portion that I was going to get into, because I know I'm going to make somebody mad, for part 2, which is going to be breaking the cycle. Don't forget to subscribe, because this tea getting good. I see y'all next time. Thank you for joining Mommy's Teacup. Remember to subscribe if I haven't said it 10 million times already, which I probably didn't. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you soon.